Hello everybody, welcome to a new video review, a brand new Transformers review. So I'm back at you with a brand new Transformers review, finally. And it's been a while since my last one, but here is my review on one of my very recent acquisitions to the collection. Today's review, without going any further into things that necessarily don't need to be said in this part, the intro, let's get talking and let's review Kingdom Galvatron. Stay tuned for the review. So then, here he is. Here is Galvatron in his canon mode. I have no clue whether I've transformed it correctly. I think I have. I used the instructions. It's a little bit confusing. I find it's a little bit confusing, the instructions. But literally the things that need to tab into certain things have tabbed into certain things, so I assume I've done it right. No doubt people, when I'm showing this canon off, will say, oh, that needs to be this way or that way. End of the day, literally this is the first time of me transforming it for the review. So some people play around with figures before they review them. I've not had a chance to even play with this thing until now. So yeah, isn't he glorious? It's an interesting mode. It is an interesting mode. It's not the hardest transformer, really. It's not hard to transform. It's relatively simple, straightforward. It's just a little bit confusing thanks to the instructions. They are clear to a degree, but it's just certain steps, like where things need to go down, I find doesn't really explain it properly. But this is close, goddammit, to it being transformed correctly, and I think I have done it right. So yes, Galvatron himself. I've been after a Galvatron. I actually don't own a Galvatron. This is actually the first one I don't think I've owned one before. I might be wrong. Oh no, I tell a lie. I did used to have a Galvatron years and years ago, back when I was kind of starting out. I had the notorious Universe Classics Galvatron that people don't talk about anymore. It is one of those figures that people don't talk about. No. It is probably one of the worst figures ever made, mostly because things fell off a lot. It wasn't the best design at all, but no, I'm actually really happy to actually have a Galvatron now in my collection. He is really nice. To go alongside him, I need to get myself a Kingdom Megatron to go alongside him, because that's quite fitting, because obviously Galvatron, Megatron, Galvatron, you know, it works. But isn't it a lovely thing? Yeah, you know, all the moulded detail there. It looks awesome. Also, these are his weapons. His weapons he holds in robot mode. You can poke them into each side of the barrel, and you see underneath here is the matrix of leadership that he comes with the chain. It kind of just goes around the barrel, and it just pokes into a little recess there on the chest, or would be the chest plate. This is a little look underneath. The paint application and detailing on this thing is fantastic. Considering this one is literally the mass-produced one, like retail version of the toy, there's a lot of detail in this. I know there's a Selects one, whatever it's called, which is meant to look, different. The colour scheme's done a little bit different. I was thinking about getting that one, the Selects version, But to be honest, now that I've got this guy and I've got him in my hands, I'm not going to bother because, you know, he's perfect. You know, the colour scheme is Galvatron to me. All the, you know, the grey and then this like what I could call a purpley violet kind of colour. And then you got the orange of the blaster or the cannon. They got bits of red in there as well. You know, and the like pinky, more of a lighter purple for the Decepticon insignia there as well. The only annoying thing for me is I'm pretty sure this is supposed to plug in somehow, which is the torso area. It basically comes down. It can't go any other direction. It comes down in order to create the cannon, the front of the cannon. But unfortunately, I don't know if this is an oversight or it's a mistake on my part, but it doesn't want to peg in. Oh, actually, just give me a second. I think I know what I'm doing now. Oh, shit. You know what? I'll take them off for a second so you can have a look at him with the guns off. I might have just figured something out with me saying that. There is like a recess thing there but no, I am right. I think I am right. Am I? There is like a little port in there, you can just see. But all that is there is that like his waist kind of bit. And you would have thought there would have been something there that could have just slipped in there, but it doesn't. So this whole thing here, this whole mechanism is just there's nothing. I can't seem to peg it in to anything to keep it as it's supposed to. Everything else pegs in, but that bit doesn't seem to peg in. If anybody else can comment below that's watching that has this figure, I might be doing something wrong. I might not, maybe a step that I've skipped by accident. I don't know. But generally, everything else has pegs that you know, and recesses what something goes to and plugs into. But that is literally the only bit of him that doesn't seem to have any sort of securing thing. But now that his weapons are off, let's just have a quick look at him without them on, so you can get a nicer look at the barrel of the cannon. You know, it really is beautifully detailed. I really do love it. So yeah, let's have a quick look at those weapons then that he comes with. So he comes with these two weapons that are this way in his fists. So as you can see, he comes with two of them that are literally identical. As you can see there, they literally are identical. And the cool thing is they are obviously based on the 86 ship that you know when Megatron gets reconfigured into Galvatron in the 86 movie. He is, and as well as the sweeps and Cyclonus and everything and all that. So yeah, these are based on the design for the ship that Unicron gives them in the movie. So it is actually kind of cool. You know, the detailing on these guns isn't too bad at all. You can tell that it's very much heavily fingered to the ship. But he's got two of these as well. And then let's have a quick look at the Matrix of Leadership. That comes on this like moulded piece of plastic, which isn't really that interesting, but you know, you got that, which is just a dull grey. And then you've got the Matrix of Leadership itself, which is actually not too badly painted. You've got a nice, there we go. Got a nice light blue centre, the orange, and then the more chromy silver. Pretty nice little addition to the toy. You know, it works. So then, let us transform this guy, shall we, into his robot mode. So first things first, the back bit you flick in and then bring back up like that. Then these bits, these wheels, you unpeg from the sides like that. There's like little, these things here, they plug into the sides of his shoulder blades in robot mode, so they just come out like that. So they're just kind of up there like that. Then you can, oh yeah, you can take that off. That's the back of the cannon to attach to his arm. So this all, so what I did there is there's these like clip bits here on the legs you just bring out, and then that allows you then to prise them apart like so. Then you twist the legs forward like that, and then these bits on the end you just kind of fold like that, I think. I will double check that in a moment, make sure that's right. So the legs are practically done. Now his arms need to come, right, before we do anything like that, let's remove this, bring this up like that. Trying to remember what to do. Right, so this goes like that. This comes back into there like that. So as you can see there, so this in there and it pokes straight into that recess. I think that's right. Yep. Then this chest piece, right, the front of it, that's right. There's the front bit of the cannon, it clips back right in, but it's really quite stiff. Okay, so you need to try and find something to prise it open, this front bit where the cannon plugs into, because it is stiff. So that comes up, and then it folds right back out to reveal his head, and then you bring, what am I doing here? That's it. So this comes all the way forward, like that, I think. And I think it's supposed to, that's, I think, yeah. Comes back up, and I think it, there we go. Then this comes down and pokes into that there, like that, that's it. And then this should, yep, there we go, so it's done it. So you can, hopefully you've seen there, so that, this more silvery bit with this bit in here, that comes open, that then reveals the head, plug in the chest plate, and then that's all that done. Then this, I believe, I think comes up more. What is it? That's it. Right, so that comes down and it plugs into there, I think. Then this bit comes up like that. Like that. See? So that bit comes up and then that completes. Then these arm bits come all the way up. So the arms come all the way up, and then there's like a post, and then a little recess in there, so they go up and straight into there like that. Bring them all the way up just for a moment, because these things you need to get out the way, which is like waist things, for the way that they just come down like that. And then this comes in, so the rest of the arm you bring it down, poke in, down, poke in, like that. Shoulder things, you just sort of like sort them out like that. His arms you unfold like this, and then you just bring the tracks up a little bit more, like that. Just kind of do that if you want. For now, bring the arms to the sides, and then side of the hands, bring out the hands like that, and then that's him practically done. I think, yes it is. So I just want to double check these hinges. The last thing to do is these hinge bits. I had them there. You can if you want to, I suppose, it's personal preference, but you're supposed to bring them back round, and there's like another recess there in the back there, just this bit here, and then it comes back round and pokes straight into there, and that completes the legs, and that also completes the transformation. So let's just sort him out like that, and there is Galvatron in his robot mode. Isn't he awesome? Look at that head sculpt. That head sculpt is just absolutely amazing. Some people are a bit against or don't really like the whole battle damage paint apps that they're doing. I noticed some people that are a bit better, well, more artistically sound compared to myself, should I say, are taking it upon themselves. Oh, hello, baby. There you go. Just my cat. Thought to come and say hello. But yeah, so a lot of people that are a bit more artistically sound compared to, like, unlike myself, should I say, they have been like taking the paint apps, the battle damage bits off. End of the day, it's personal preference. It is personal preference at the end of the day, but I personally don't really mind the battle damage. End of the day, they've been around for millions, if not, I don't know, they've been around for millions and millions of years. The war's been raging for millions of years, so they're bound to have picked up some bumps and scrapes along the way, haven't they? So I think it's just a little bit more, my personal preference, I just think it's a bit more realistic that they've got a little bit of paint chipping and things like that on them. But end of the day, each to their own. So articulation, it has quite a good range, so you get a good movement of that shoulder, out, in, forearm swivel, bend of the elbow, and swivel of that hand as well. The head is on a ball joint, slight ball joint. You get waist articulation as well, which is pretty cool. The legs, you can come up to about there, and the knee goes to about there, and you've got a foot pivot as well. So yeah, you can get a good range of articulation and posability out of him, which is all good for those people that like to take photos of the toys. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at the back of him. He looks really, really nice. This, it's up to you what you want to do. I think in the instructions he just stays up like that. But if you wanted to, you can just kind of close it a little bit if you wanted. It's just kind of there. So, but that's the backpack, which is quite tidy. It is pretty quite tidy. It is a nice figure. It really is a lovely figure. So let's bring in then his cannon to finish him off. So this bit goes onto the back in the gun mode. So you just put the barrel back on like that. And then you have two recesses on either arm. So you have a higher up one there, or you have a lower one. So I guess if you wanted to, if you put it on the higher one, it means if he bends his elbow, the cannon isn't going to move with the elbow joint. Unless you move the entire arm. But if you're one of these people, or like myself, that, you know, whenever Megatron moves his arm, his elbow, the cannon or the Galvatron or whatever as well, the fusion cannon or whatever moves with his arm. So personally, I put the cannon on the lower one for that reason. and so you can get quite cool poses with that cannon. So that's Galvatron now looking more like a Galvatron with his nice fusion cannon, which is really cool. And then obviously bring in his guns, these twin guns, so they nicely just go into his hands like that. See? So you can put one in each arm if you want to, or you can combine it to be just one big ass gun if you wanted to. So you can have him like that, full on Armageddon mode if you want to call it that, and then take them off, and then if you wanted to, you can combine both guns together like that to make one big ass thing that can go in the other arm. Or if you wanted to, you could put it on. You could put it in one of those recesses if you wanted to, like the fusion cannon, or you could just put them together like that. So he has a huge double barrel, 4-barrel laser cannon as well as his fusion cannon. Personally, I prefer this look, the both guns combined. I just think they look really, really nice like that, and the oval as well, because the two like bridge bits there, that is kind of meant to be like the spaceship look. The way it kind of perfectly kind of goes circular like that, it just gives it a nice look, the cannon. So I just think it looks really cool like that. And then bring in his Matrix of Leadership, and that just simply just goes over his head, and then just stays there like that. And there he is. He is a beautiful figure. I've got no bad words to really say about him. The only negative thing, I just thought the instructions, some of the steps were a little bit confusing. But the figure himself, I've got no problems. I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess, that don't have the wrong arrangement with the shoulders. I noticed that some people, and in like early photos of the figure, that like one shoulder joint was bigger than the other. So I'm lucky that I've got one of these figures that is all, well proportioned. It's just an absolute beautiful figure. He really is. He's actually, obviously I've been more or less collecting all the Beast Wars Kingdom figures, really. But obviously this guy is probably up there in one of my favourites of the Kingdom line so far. Like I said, I'm going to get myself a Kingdom Megatron to go alongside him, because obviously you can't have Megatron without Galvatron or Galvatron without Megatron. They are practically the same bot, just reconfigured. So it would be cool to have both of them back side by side. So yeah, I'm going to definitely see about tracking one of them down at some point. But yeah, absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. He is so cool. So yeah, thank you ever so much, everybody, for watching this review. So this has been my review on Kingdom Galvatron. And so until next time, everybody, stay awesome, stay safe, and I'll be back with more reviews very soon. I've still got a few Kingdom figures I yet to review, but I wanted, as he's like the latest one, and I've been dying to have a play around with him, I thought to just get Galvatron reviewed today. So thank you again, thank you for your support, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay awesome, stay safe, and I'll be back very soon. Bye bye.